That's a nice wall.
You miss quite a scrap, gentlemen, and an opportunity to slay a monarch. The prince duelled Henselt. They fought as equals.
Impossible.
And yet
Stages
it was so.
of development.
You've all seen the magical
Shown, right,
phenomenon
before
covering
us.
the battlefield. For any who still have doubts, this is no mundane mist, nor a petty fairground illusion. Most likely, we're up against a blood curse, an old and powerful spell. We do not know who cast it or why. For now, I have one piece of good news and several pieces of bad news. The good news is that Henselt and his army have been halted for the time being.
And the bad news?
The mist will grow.
Let's not look on the
It may
downside.
even engulf Vergen. Furthermore, wraiths may emerge from it.
Can they be made penitent? With an axe to the head?
In theory, yes. But I would suggest putting your faith in a silver weapon. Furthermore, the ghosts will weaken as they move away from the mist.
Is there any way to drive it off? Exorcise it?
A question for myself and Geralt of Rivia.
Exorcise?
The Kingslayer?
Contrary to what old women at the wells say, he did not, in fact, slay any kings.
Course he didn't. Wouldn't hurt a fly, that one. Look at his eyes. You'll see he's the sensitive kind.
Whatever you may see in his eyes, few know more about lifting curses. Gentlemen, I do not require you to understand this phenomenon, but there are a
Love
few
your
rules I
hairstyles.
insist you must follow.
Here we go.
No
better
one
for
is to
mine.
approach the mist. It is mortally dangerous. In addition, we need to learn the story of the battle. For this, I especially count on the aid of Mr. Cecil Burden.
At your service, my lady.
Thank you. To lift the curse, we require some objects symbolic of the war, ones belonging to those who perished here 3 years past.
Pfft. More scrap iron from that massacre lying about than lice in Cecil's beard. I thought curses were best handled with...
Please leave the thinking to me, Mr. Zigrin, and I'd gladly hear less from you from now on. The objects must be magically active and strictly linked to the ghosts of the fallen. That is all.
Okay,
Let me be
this
clear.
makes sense.
You're all to aid Philippa and the Witcher. What are you grumbling about now, Yarpen?
it's something in my gullet.
Take a swig of wine. Now, to worldly matters. How many are we?
Saskia, you know well,
How many?
we dwarves are near 200. But don't judge us by our number.
1,000 peasants will come. Though you'll get no precise count.
My lords?
53 knights and another 200 armed men. Not enough.
Yeah, that fist worse.
Henselt leads 5,000, 5 to 1 against us. What think you of that?
We are few, they are many. But we have our walls, low though they be. If we had archers, who knows?
Oh, for a regiment of heavy arbalists from Lyria.
We have something better. Yorvith's elves. Scoia'tael.
Oh, Zoltan looked so shocked even though he knew Yorvith was here.
Gentlemen, I give you Yorvith.
What do you seek here, murderer?
100 of the North's best archers await your orders, Dragon Slayer.
You wished for archers? Here they are. I take no pleasure in fraternizing with elves. But even a shit-coated stick can be a weapon. He burned down the villages of many in my horde.
That
The free peasantry is one thing, but a criminal with a price on his head in all the northern realms? This is too much.
Saskia, say the word and we'll depart.
Hear me out. Yorvith came to fight for me. I trust him, and I know that he'll stay the course. Just like each of you.
How could you know that? He's an elf. Treason runs in his veins.
He's been fighting humans for a century.
But for the first time in scores of years, his fight makes sense. The Scoia'tael know no peace. They've died for Nilfgaard, for the Valley of the Flowers, in vain. They've been betrayed and cheated.
Okay, this
Now they have a new
slowly
goal.
developing.
The Pontar Valley could be the first
textures
state
is
where
really
no
getting-
man would
getting
have to
it.
fear elven arrows when venturing beyond city walls. And
It looks like
elves and
plastic
dwarves wouldn't
dolls
live in
at
ghettos
first.
or on reservations. First, however, we have a battle to win. You know who we're up against. It's a splendid army, brave and well led. They cannot be scared off or routed. They have to be killed. I want Yorveth to sit at the same table as we do. I want him to kill Cadweni for us. And I assure you that he'll do so with a smile, if only you let him.
If I'm to see a smile on that skinny face, I'm in. Yorveth stays.
Bloody hell! Father's turning in his grave, but a must's a must. I say aye.
Nay. You killed my men, Elf. Remember them?
If I hadn't killed them, they'd have killed me.
All right. For the sake of better times, and for Kedwen's doom, aye!
Down with the sons of bitches! Cheers!
Gasp! And the textures are messing up again.
Poison! She's dying. Take her somewhere safe and guard her with your lives. I'll gather what I need and join you soon.
I'll place my best warriors on watch.
Quickly, lads! A litter!
What do we need with kitty crap?
She ceased casting spells.
Saskia, is she alive?
In a manner of speaking. I've slowed her life functions as far as possible. Her condition is stable.
Do you know the poison?
Thaumadur, commonly known as mage pain. It has a terrible reputation.
An antidote must exist.
What can we do?
Treatment will require herbs, magic, and blood.
Not ordinary blood, I presume.
Correct. We require royal blood.
We could use Letho right now.
This is the one. I get it. But this is the one, like, game that makes a distinct difference, saying the royal class has a distinct advantage over the lower classes just as soon as they're born.
The nearest king is on the other side of the Mist of Wraiths.
You misunderstood me. It need not be the blood of a ruling monarch. It is the genotype contained in royal blood that is required. Kings issue from ancient dynasties. Over the ages, to survive, rulers needed exceptional resistance and strength. As royal dynasties rarely admit common blood, the strength of their genes remains great. I shall employ self-healing
This
genetic
seems to be
therapy that will teach
the
Saskia's body
logic
how
of
to
the
rid
Middle
itself of the
Ages.
poison.
You'll have
Which
to
of
drink
course
human
led to-
blood.
No, I shall inject it directly into her
This, of
heart.
course, led to the inbreeding and obvious
What kind of herbs are we talking
deformation of all
about?
these people.
I'll need a subterranean variety of purple foxglove, known to the dwarves as the Immortelle, and an elven rose of remembrance.
For all the monarchs. The czars, especially.
Where will we find immortals?
They grow deep beneath the earth, which should not be a problem as Vergen lies on top of a mine.
How will they help Saskia?
Mage pain wreaks havoc in internal tissues. The Immortelle will help restore them.
Triss had a rose of remembrance. She claimed the flowers are exceptional.
Long ago, the Enshe, who succeeded in cultivating the roses, enjoyed great respect,
Times have changed.
as have elves.
There are no elven gardens nearby. We must return to Flotsam.
Triss has a rose of remembrance from Flotsam. It's her we need to find. What else do you need to heal Saskia?
Thaumadur is a self-perpetuating substance. Any incursion into a cluster of poisoned cells causes an immediate chain reaction. Each tainted cell that is removed is replaced by 10 new tainted cells. To interrupt this reaction, I'll need an ungodly amount of the power. A water or air genie, or one of the 20 legendary rings of power would be best.
One to bring them all and in the darkness bind them.
Right. And then I'll have to run barefooted to the top of a volcano.
All right, all right. Let's forget the rings. I need a vast quantity of the power, no matter the source.
What an excellent
Find
movie.
something.
An immortelle, a rose of remembrance, royal blood and magic sounds like a fairy tale.
A poor one at that. No prince's kiss to top things off.
I wish it were a fairy tale,
Okay.
especially a poor one, as a happy
Look at
ending
all
would
this.
then be inevitable.
It's
My
so
camp
many,
will help, Geralt.
so many,
Nay. What about the Battle of Wraiths?
ironic sayings.
I must first see if the spells keeping Saskia alive are in order.
First it refers
Then
to
we'll
Lord of the
consider how
Rings.
best to send the spectres to
Then
their rest. Actually,
refers to,
you could tend to that yourself.
hang on.
Ask the locals about the battle. Maybe you'll learn
Refers to
something.
how it is itself a fantasy.
In
even though
that
it
case,
claims
I shall
not to
search
be.
for the poison.
So, okay.
Only Philippa Eilhart may enter.
Philippa Eilhart may. Okay, well, I think that's about good. I don't. Gotta go eat dinner. So, we'll see you guys later. This is Southern Justice signing off, and I.
One freak bigger than the next.
People of Vergen, we have a magical mist full of ghosts just outside our walls, so you'd better think twice
Okay,
before
well.
entering it. The mist, may the plague take it, threatens all manner of creatures. So anyone
okay,
headed
that's
to
it,
the quarries or walking through the
Southern
galleys
Justice
should take
signing off,
exceptional
and
heed.
we'll see y'all
The squirrels
later.
that have made camp by the burnt huts
Bye.
are not our enemies, so says Saskia.
He told me you killed him. No. I am your father.